Hello everyone, peace of Christ to all. Today our topic is about women and slavery in Islam. Now we spoke before many times about this topic, so this is not a new topic. However, today we have a new story, which is this time to concentrate in how many women slaves Muhammad he used to own. I tried to find the hadith, different translation, but look, I wasn't successful to find this story in any even close accurate translation. However, this is a hadith in Sahih Muslim, and this is the number in front of you, book number 8, hadith number 3329. However, by the way, for those who go by those numbers are not really real. Those are made by the translators. Those are not actual correct numbers. So you might find those numbers exist only with this translation. Doesn't mean it is true number. Just take a note about it. So this is story, to make it simple and short. Muhammad attacked a Jewish tribe, and we know the story of Safiya. In case you do not know, Safiya was the daughter of a leader of the Jewish tribe. Muhammad attacked her family. He killed her father, her husband, and her family. He took all the women as slaves, all the children as slaves, and he killed all the men. For sure, he stole all their property and their animals and their jewelries, etc. And you can imagine how much money Muhammad he made. Those are Jewish people, and you can, Jewish people always, they got their money. So in this story here, we will notice a few things before we go to the real reason for this video. When they capture all the women, they killed all the men, and they took the children, they divide the women. Safiya, she went in the share of Dahya al-Kalbi. Now, after Dahya al-Kalbi, he took her as one of his share on the spoil of war. This is what the Muslims do, like ISIS. They attack your village, they kill the men, they take the women to rape them, and they have fun with them. All right, they are just women to rape. So the most important you are, the more you get better shares, which means if you are a leader, you get the beautiful women. If you are, potato, tomato, Abdul, they give you the trashy one, if we can say so. Excuse my language. I'm just trying to express the way they do it. So here we will see that Dahya al-Kalbi, he got Safiya, but after he got her, they start praising her in front of him. And actually there's a woman, she used to be like the pimp lady who always get Muhammad the best women to sleep with. So this woman, she starts speaking about how wonderful Safiya is, and she told him, and the others told him too, supposedly, she is the best, we never seen like her among all the captives of war. This is how beautiful she is. So when they said that, the Prophet of Islam, who is very, very, very busy with spreading the message of Allah, he could not wait to put his hands on her. Muhammad is a jealous man. He could not believe that he was stupid, and he gave Dahya such a woman that his people, they are saying to him, we never seen any like her as a captive of war. So he sent Dahya to Dahya, the jealous man Muhammad sent right away immediately to Dahya, saying to him, as soon he learned this, hey Dahya, give me back that woman and take whatever you demand, which means of women. So he exchanged women with Dahya al-Kalbi. You see, this is the coins they have. I give you some women, you give me Safiya, all right? Now Dahya is a very special man. This is why Dahya, you see here, Muhammad is trying not to make Dahya angry, because he can order him to give him Safiya anyway. No, Muhammad, he cannot make Dahya al-Kalbi angry. The reason, Dahya al-Kalbi is one of his best boyfriends. Now many people might say to you, this is not true, this is a lie, etc. We can prove it. Dahya al-Kalbi was one of the most handsome men in the city or the town of Mecca. And not only this, like, as long now we know that he is the most handsome man, what about knowing that Dahya al-Kalbi, he used to spend long time privately with Muhammad alone? How we can prove that? Very easy. Imagine that Muhammad, he said that the angel Jibreel, he come to me in the image of Dahya al-Kalbi. When people, they ask him, like, how come you stay alone for long with this man, this guy, like he's always Dahya al-Kalbi? So Muhammad, he have to come with a lie, all right, which is Jibreel come to me always in the image of Dahya al-Kalbi. I'm not sitting with Dahya al-Kalbi. Do you see it? Jibreel, that was Jibreel, the one who come to me, it was Jibreel who come to me in the form of Dahya al-Kalbi. Question, why Jibreel, he come in the form of Dahya al-Kalbi? Like you could not find a form better? He's an angel of God. But Dahya al-Kalbi, he is very, very handsome. So Muhammad, he could not find a better excuse for him to stay in with this the best handsome man in the whole town. Staying with him for many hours, except by saying, well, you know what, you might think this is Dahya al-Kalbi. Yes, he looked like him exactly, but this is in fact the angel Jibreel. Obviously, this is a fabricated story, you know, like we don't see what, there's no reason. There is no reason for God, for an angel of God to come in the image of any man from the same town. So now people, they might be confused. Who is Jibreel? Who is Dahya al-Kalbi? So when they see Dahya, they say to him, they might say to him, are you Jibreel now, or you are a real Dahya? You know what I mean? Imagine I say to you, I am the angel Jibreel. He come in my look. So when you see me, so you say, you know what, Christian, are you Christian Prince, or you are the angel now? Because both of us will look the same. So obviously Muhammad, he used to sit with him for a long time for a very simple reason. There is a sexual relationship between them, and this is why we see Muhammad is spoiling Dahya al-Kalbi, and he will never make him upset. He was one of his favorite boys to sleep with. This is why we see here Muhammad telling Dahya al-Kalbi, go and take whatever you demand. In the case of Safiya, so give me Safiya and go and take whatever you want. He don't want to make him upset, because this man, he know a lot about him, and there's a lot of private stories as a relationship between him and this man Dahya al-Kalbi. Now after this happened, you will see that Muhammad is going to the city of Medina. In their way, their camel fell down. The camel of Muhammad fell down, and he was putting Safiya in front of him, and looked like they were doing something in the camel. Muhammad, as a very nasty man, he could not wait. Something wrong happening. So the camel fell down, and their nakedness exposed. This is why you see here, when they fell down, all right, it says, and none amongst the people was seeing him and her. What do you mean? How you know then they fall? It's a camel. You cannot see a camel. They mean we did not look at their naked body. There's something fishy. All right. So when the camel fell down, none of the people look really at their nakedness, at what exposed of them. And then the story continued. When he stood up and he covered her. What do you mean he covered her? She was naked then. Why, when she fell from the camel, she was exposed? So he covered her. Somebody might say to you, by the way, this is about the hijab. The verse of the hijab was not coming yet. This is long before the hijab, which that women, they have to cover themselves. So this cover here is not about the hair, and she is just a slave girl anyway. Dahya al-Kalbi was sleeping with her 5 minutes ago. So he covered her because she simply, she was naked, they ripped it off their clothes, they were raping them, and Muhammad, he put his coat on her, and he placed her in his camel, and he took her with him. In their way, she fell down and he fell down, so both they were exposed. So they are saying, none of us looked at that scene. Alright? Then you will see when they enter the city of Medina, it says, there come out the young ladies of the household. Hold on. Those are young ladies of what? Of who? You see, the first translation of Muslims, they don't want to show you that those are not young ladies, those are not slaves, those are young ladies of the household. Household of who? And young ladies of who? Are they those the daughters of Muhammad? So they fabricated translation when in fact it says that those are young slaves in the house of Muhammad. No one knows how many. Those young slaves, they came out and they start blaming Safiya for falling down. So this is not from the city. Those are not young ladies from the city of Medina. When they translate the translation, they make it look like when we enter the city of Medina, there come out the young ladies. So they make it as like it is the young ladies of the town. They are blaming Safiya for this, but the fact this is the household of Muhammad. Who are they, those young ladies? By the way, even the Muhammad, he don't have daughters, by the way. Muslim, they say Muhammad have 4 daughters. None of them is his daughters. All of them, they are old. Very old. Alright? So none of them is his daughter. Those are the daughters of Khadija. However, if we go to the real Arabic text, we will see that this is not young ladies, it was slave girls. This is the hadith in Arabic. Look at the word here. I will show it to you in the text here in the corner. You will see here with me, it says قال فدخلنا المدينة فخرج جواري نسائه. جواري, the word جواري means slave girls. Slave girls. Why the translation became young ladies? Simply, they don't want to tell you that Muhammad, he owned a lot of little young slave girls for sex. So they say to you, the household young ladies. It looked like, you know, I arrive home, so like maybe my daughter, my sister came out to say, hi, how you doing? Are you okay? This is not what happened. Those are slave girls in the house of Muhammad. But yet they say to us, Muhammad, he was a poor man. And by the way, which house of Muhammad? Muhammad have many houses. One of his houses have a lot of slave girls, which means every house Muhammad he has a lot of slave girls. I will show you the same word. You know, you don't speak Arabic, but all of us, we can memorize images, right? You can take a snapshot of the video here. All right, this is the word Jawari. Jawari. All right, as you see, this is how it's written. Jawari. If we go right now and search for the same word, the translation will come as a slave girl. Here, as you see with me, it's not slave girl no more. It's young ladies. You see the hypocrisy of the Muslims? Young ladies of the household. In the same page, I will go to different hadith. Look with me. This is the word Jawari in the front of our eyes in Arabic, as we showed you there. And the translation for them, slave girls. You see it? This is why I say you cannot and you should not learn Islam really from those who don't speak Arabic, even those who claim to be like decent, or they are decent maybe, I don't know, but because always if you don't speak Arabic, Muslims, they can fool you in a very easy way. You do not need to debate you. They can fool you by putting false text in the front of your eyes, and you do not speak Arabic, so they can lie to you. And actually the story here in front of us, if you read the story, as long as we are in this hadith, if you see the story here, this is about a man. He came asking for fatwa, which means a religious opinion. He told them, you know what, I have a lot of slave girls for sex. I have slave girls. None of my wives, none of those wives I have, they are making me pleased like them. Obviously pleased in sex, in the bed. And not all of them please me so much. I want a child from them. So he's saying, you know what, I like them very much, those slave girls. I enjoy having sex with them, but I'm not sure if according to Islam I can have children from them. So he's asking for opinion. So here, can you give me your opinion about it? Alright, Hajjaj. Then he said to him, he said, give an opinion. I said, she is your field. If you wish to water it, water it. And if you wish, leave it thirsty. Because as you remember, the Quran says, women are your turf. They are your field. You can dig in your turf anytime you want, anywhere you want. Alright? Nisa'ukum harthun lakum. So he is saying to him, well, those slave women simply are the same as a field for you, and it doesn't matter really, you want to have sex with them without having kids or not, you own them, have fun. You want to make them breastnut, you want to, you don't want to make them breastnut, this is your, your choice, and it doesn't matter. And this is in the Quran. If you go in the Quran, chapter 2, Al-Baqarah, I believe verse number 2 to 3. So nisa'akum harthun lakum fa'atu harthakum in shi'tum, which means women are your field for you, so dig in the field anytime you want, anywhere you want. And here you will notice here, if this is a normal man, this is not Muhammad, this is just a normal Muslim, he have slave girls. What Muhammad he have? So I hope today we put some spotlight about the slavery in Islam and the lies of Muslims when they say Islam is against slavery and the Prophet, etc. Even Bilal, the poor Bilal, the most famous slave Muslims they talk about, Bilal al-Habashi, the Ethiopian, Muhammad he died and Bilal is still a slave. This is why you see Bilal, he go to Abu Bakr and he said to him, you know what, if you bought me for the sake of Allah, well, release me for the sake of Allah. But if you bought me for yourself, then release me. Let's see if we can find it for you so you can see it. Let us see if we... Here we go. This is Bilal, and this is after the death of Muhammad. Bilal, all his life he is waiting for his freedom, the poor man. Muhammad died and still he is a slave. So he came complaining, like, come on, I'm almost dying and I'm an old man now. Bilal said to Abu Bakr, if you have bought me for yourself, then keep me for yourself. But if you have bought me for Allah's sake, then leave me for Allah's work. Now, somebody might say to you, oh, this is when he bought him. The fact, Abu Bakr is the real owner of Bilal. He is the real owner of Bilal, not Muhammad. Abu Bakr gave Muhammad Bilal. he have a lot of slaves. He told him, take Bilal. Alright? So the real owner of Bilal, it was Abu Bakr as original. So when Muhammad he passed away, Abu Bakr became in charge again. So Bilal is asking asking Abu Bakr, well, you know what? Like, for how long this lie will keep going? I spent my life serving the Prophet. I converted to Islam. I fought with him. I killed for him. I almost died many times for him. And until now, I cannot get my freedom. You can read in my book about the story of Bilal. So, like, in case you want to have more, more details. And I advise you to read Quran and Science in Depth. This is a very great book. Not because it's my book. I mean, you can ask people about it, those who have it. Refuting all what is called miracles of the Quran. And for sure, I have more books like Deception of Allah. The Deception of Allah is very fantastic book. And we have a new book in French. It's called The Secrets du Prophète Arabe. So feel free to read it too. And with this, I say thank you. God bless. And see you soon.